In the sprawling expanse of rural Europe, where dense forests whispered ancient secrets, and quaint villages clung to the fringes of the unknown, there existed a region lost to time. A land cloaked in the mysteries of the medieval era, untouched by the currents of progress that swept through more civilized corners of the continent. This was a place where superstitions held sway, and the line between reality and folklore blurred into a tapestry of fear and wonder. The year was 1237, and the winds carried whispers through the dense woodlands of this enigmatic realm. In a forgotten hamlet nestled amidst rolling hills and shadowed by towering pines, the air bore witness to the gradual descent into dread. This was a place known only as the Shadowed Territories, a name whispered with a shiver by those who dared acknowledge its existence. The village within the Shadowed Territories was a modest collection of thatched-roofed cottages, their chimneys puffing lazy tendrils of smoke into the twilight sky. A cobblestone path wound its way through the heart of the village, connecting the humble homes to a central square where villagers gathered for shared moments of mirth and solemnity. Little did they know that the threads of their quaint existence were about to unravel. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that clung to the landscape like ghostly fingers, a haunting howl echoed through the ancient trees. The villagers, initially dismissing it as the cry of a lone wolf, soon found their livestock disappearing without a trace. Cows and sheep, once a source of sustenance and trade, vanished under the cloak of darkness, leaving behind only empty pens and bewildered shepherds. The elders of the hamlet convened in the central square, their furrowed brows and trembling hands betraying the unease that had settled upon the village like a thick fog. Whispers of a malevolent force, a curse that had awakened, passed among them like a sinister breeze. It was in this atmosphere of trepidation that Isabella, a young woman of ethereal beauty, found herself at the epicenter of an unfolding nightmare. Isabella's family, simple folk whose days were shaped by the rhythm of the seasons and the clanging of her father's blacksmith hammer, felt the tendrils of fear creeping into their once warm abode. Her mother, weakened by an ailment that resisted the remedies of local healers, lay in a feverish slumber while her father toiled tirelessly, crafting silver amulets and charms in the hope of warding off the encroaching malevolence. One moonlit night, as Isabella traversed the cobblestone path that meandered through the village, the air became charged with an otherworldly tension. Unseen eyes seemed to follow her every step, and the howl that once echoed in the distance now reverberated ominously in her ears. The hairs on the back of her neck stood on end, a prelude to the terror that awaited her. In the outskirts of the Shadowed Territories, where the flickering glow of the village lanterns yielded to the inky darkness of the forest, Isabella encountered a presence that defied the natural order. A grotesque silhouette emerged from the shadows, a mutant werewolf freak, its fur matted with the lifeblood of its victims, its eyes aflame with a hunger that transcended the primal instincts of ordinary beasts. The creature moved with an unearthly grace, its elongated limbs and razor-sharp claws painting a grotesque tableau against the moonlit backdrop. Isabella, frozen in the grip of terror, could do nothing but watch as the mutant werewolf closed the distance, its malevolent gaze fixated upon her. The village, alerted by her screams, rallied in a desperate attempt to fend off the encroaching horror. Torches flickered to life, casting dancing shadows that played upon the faces of the terrified villagers. Makeshift weapons were brandished with trembling hands, but the mutant werewolf eluded their grasp with a supernatural agility. The once tranquil hamlet descended into chaos as the creature's feral roars echoed through the night, signaling the beginning of a reign of terror. Isabella, marked by her harrowing encounter, became an outcast in her own village. Whispers of curses and malevolent spirits followed her every step, and accusatory glances bore into her like unseen daggers. Yet, undeterred by the injustice that befell her, Isabella resolved to unravel the mystery that gripped the Shadowed Territories in its merciless claws. In her quest for answers, Isabella sought the guidance of Margaretti, an elder whose weathered visage bore witness to decades of the village's history. Margaretti spoke of ancient legends that wove a tapestry of curses and demonic pacts. The tale unfolded, revealing a bloodline that had bartered with dark forces in exchange for power, a bloodline that now cast a looming shadow over the hamlet. Driven by a potent mix of fear and determination, Isabella delved deeper into the forbidden knowledge that Margaretti reluctantly shared. Legends spoke of a hidden lair deep within the haunted forest, a place where the cursed bloodline performed dark rituals to appease the demonic forces that granted them their monstrous power. The journey into the heart of the ominous woods was fraught with peril. The dense foliage seemed to close in around Isabella, the twisted branches whispering malevolent secrets that sent shivers down her spine. Every rustle of leaves and snap of twigs became a sinister omen, but she pressed on, guided by an unyielding resolve to save her village from the encroaching darkness. As Isabella penetrated the depths of the haunted forest, the air became heavy with an unholy energy. Strange markings adorned the ancient trees, and the ground beneath her feet pulsed with an otherworldly heartbeat. The scent of decay and sulfur hung in the air, signaling her approach to the lair of the cursed bloodline. A clearing bathed in an eerie blue glow greeted Isabella, revealing a scene that would haunt her nightmares for years to come. Cloaked figures, their faces obscured by shadows, gathered around an altar adorned with gruesome trophies, the remains of the village's missing livestock. At the center of the congregation stood a figure draped in tattered robes, the air around them crackling with dark energy. Isabella's breath caught in her throat as she recognized the figure as none other than her own mother, the once gentle presence in her life now a vessel for the malevolent forces that plagued the shadowed territories. The truth unfolded before her like a nightmarish tapestry. Her family, once bound by love, had succumbed to the allure of forbidden power. The mutant werewolf, a grotesque manifestation of the curse, lurked nearby, its eyes fixed on Isabella with a hunger that mirrored the insatiable appetite of the cursed bloodline. The remaining villagers, drawn by an unseen force, emerged from the shadows, their vacant eyes betraying the darkness that had taken root within them. A guttural chant filled the air as the cursed bloodline prepared to unleash the demonic forces upon the shadowed territories. Isabella, fueled by a potent mix of fear and determination, confronted her mother with tear-filled eyes. The once kind gaze now held only madness and an insatiable lust for power. The confrontation escalated into a harrowing battle as Isabella faced the demonic forces that threatened to consume her village. Her once idyllic world now hung in the balance, and the weight of responsibility bore down upon her shoulders. With each swing of her sword, she severed the demonic ties that bound her family to the malevolent forces. The mutant werewolf, sensing the weakening of its cursed bloodline, unleashed a feral roar that shook the very foundations of the haunted forest. The remaining villagers, freed from the demonic influence, joined Isabella in a desperate struggle against the monstrous creature. Torches flickered, casting long shadows that danced upon the ancient trees as the battle for the soul of the shadowed territories reached its climax. The hamlet, once veiled in the cloak of darkness, emerged into the first light of dawn with a newfound sense of hope. The mutant werewolf lay defeated, its grotesque form twisted and contorted in the aftermath of the relentless battle. The villagers, their eyes now clear and filled with gratitude, gathered around Isabella as the first rays of sunlight bathed the clearing in a warm glow. In the aftermath of the struggle, Isabella stood amidst the ruins of the cursed bloodline's lair. The haunted forest, once a realm of nightmares, seemed to exhale a collective sigh of relief. The whispers that had haunted the shadowed territories for so long now faded into the rustling of leaves and the gentle hum of the wind. As the villagers rebuilt their lives, grateful for the heroism of Isabella, the tale of the mutant werewolf and the cursed bloodline became a cautionary legend passed down through generations. The shadowed territories, once lost to the clutches of darkness, found a new dawn, a dawn heralded by the resilience of a young woman who dared to face the unknown and emerge victorious. Isabella, forever marked by the trials she endured, became a symbol of hope in a land where shadows once held sway. The shadowed territories, now bathed in the light of a new day, stood as a testament to the enduring spirit of those who dared to confront the malevolent forces that lurked in the forgotten corners of rural Europe.